Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Alright, so I have seen this movie quite a few times, and I think this most recent watch was my favorite, even after watching a copy my buddy made me of Revenge of the Sith with Clone Wars, a clip from Fallen Order, the video game, and I don't know the guy's name. It starts with a T. He does another cartoon series that's in the timeline. He added pretty much what happened here was he added all three of those into the movie to kind of fill in the gaps of the parts that you're like, well, what's going on back there? So it makes the movie more, oh, okay. And it was really good. It was great. He had a showing. I went over and watched it. Loved it. Great. I mean, it was almost, what was it, about 3 hours long, maybe more, but it was damn worth it. I still enjoy this movie. I really do. Especially now after seeing that, I can be like, well, I know what happened. So yeah, okay. But anyways, let's get right to it. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So my favorite bad guy in Star Wars Episode 1 through 3. I just want to let you guys know who it is, so you're not like, well, that would be this guy right here, General Grievous. He's my favorite bad guy. Okay, let's go ahead and dive right in here, boys and girls. So, Star Wars, General Grievous's bodyguard, IG-100 Magna Guards. Those guys are awesome. There's two of them. Grievous has. They have the little purple, like, wavy things on each end, and they got those are like their little fighting things, too. Those guys are so cool. Let's see here. What else we got? So, like I was saying, the movie jumps around too much. It really does. You just miss stuff that you're like, what in the world is happening? What happened back here? It's too much left, makes you left wondering. Too much of that. It really is. The music in this movie is sensational. I have a lot of this music on my Spotify. I have a lot of Star Wars period on my Spotify. So what it all boils down to is Hayden Christensen cannot act. He can't. And with that being said, this is probably his best performance in the episode 1 through 3. It really is. Also, Natalie Portman, I don't want to say she can't act, but she was annoying in this. She was almost too full of herself. Like, she really was. I totally felt that and did not care for it. And when the two of them were together, it was just like, this is probably the worst parts of the movie right here. And it really felt like it to me. The Battle of Kashyyyk, man, that is a hell of a battle. That was so cool. I love, like, the sand and the water and almost like the jungle setting with the trees and stuff. That was a cool-ass... God, that was so fun. I did not care for the end result, but I did like Yoda and Chewie up in the tree and like surveying everything, and then you got like Chewie's family swinging in on the chandelier, like planting C4 onto the enemy ships, water ships, and then blowing up and stuff. That was so fun. That was awesome. So Obi-Wan's pursuit of Grievous is a fun adventure. Such a fun adventure. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, minus the end results. Anyways, the Mace Windu versus Chancellor fight scene was so dumbed down, it was terrible. Like, Windu would have chopped up the Chancellor into sushi and served him with a side of sake or something. Come on, man. Like, you could totally tell the Chancellor was just getting beat easily, even that. But at times you literally are watching the scene go through and it's like, why is Windu fighting so slow? Like you've seen him fight before. He's like super active and just going crazy. And in this, it was just kind of like, here, let me slow down so it looks like you're really keeping up. Like, come on. Order 66 was the hardest thing for me to watch in the movie. It was like a dagger in the side. Pull it out, please. God, man, that was crazy. Because just the turning of all the clones and just, God, it was just terrible. That was definitely a hard part of that movie. The Lord Vader versus Obi-Wan fight scene at times looked like it was a WWE match. Like there was a time when Obi-Wan was running past Lord Vader, and it literally looked like he stopped and ran into like the the little edge of the ring and bounced off the thing to come towards him. Like, what in the hell was that? That was so weird. Also, the molten lava does not seem to phase either one of them, even as close as they get, until, of course, Lord Vader catches on fire when he's got no legs. But before that, they're like down there fighting each other. Neither one of them's breaking a sweat or anything. You guys are right near lava, but not even nothing. Excuse me. Sorry. Anakin looks like Frodo when he lays on the ground after losing his legs. He has the same face as Frodo while Frodo is trying to be rid of the ring in the volcano. Well, more like on his way to the volcano. So, on his way, when he's like walking up there, like up towards the volcano, he looks up and he's got like that total like red face and his eyes are all just like, I haven't slept for 2 weeks or whatever. Anakin has that same look on his face after he gets his legs, or it's either right after, I think it's right after he gets his legs messed up when Obi-Wan says one of the most classic lines in this movie. I have the higher ground, Anakin. Oh my gosh. Anyways, right after getting his legs messed up, he literally looks up. He's got that same 2-week-old, I haven't had any sleep look on his face with red in his face. And it literally, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this looks just like Frodo as he's returning the ring. And it did. But other than that, I mean, so I know after reading all this, you guys are probably like, well, there was a lot more bad stuff than good. So what's the deal? Even with the bad, I mean, come on. It's sometimes the bad stuff is good to watch in movies. It really is. Like the WWE stuff in there and the fight scene. I love the backgrounds in this movie. They are awesome. And the scenery too. Like when they show Kashyyyk before the battle, that whole man, it's so cool. The scenery is great. The one other thing I want to point out before I get to IMDb and everything like that is in this movie, my favorite bad guy, deceased. One of my favorite good guys, deceased. So if you haven't seen this movie, I suggest you fast forward about 15 to 20 seconds because I'm going to go ahead and spoil two people for you right off the bat here. General Grievous and Mace Windu both get killed in this movie. What the hell was that for? Is it like you take one of ours, we take one of yours kind of thing? Like one of my favorite good guys and my favorite bad guy in the same damn movie. Whatever. Anyways, so director George Lucas. George Lucas has done American Graffiti. He's involved in all the Star Wars stuff and Indiana Jones. He's done other stuff, but those are his three topmost. Oh, okay, that's who George Lucas is. IMDb gave this a 7.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 80%. I give it an 8 out of 10. I know, like I said, I know I feel like that review is, I don't feel like it. It I'm kind of going off the fact that I have seen the other one that my buddy screened for us, did a little showing for, so I know the missing parts. At the same time, I know I can't really give the review off of, oh, well, I'm adding those in. I'm not adding them in. I just really enjoy this movie. It's really good, even with the bad. The bad can sometimes be enjoyable, like I said, and it's a good movie. It really is. It's the best of the series, in my opinion. It really is. Budget of 113 million on a box office of 868.4 million. So, like I was saying earlier, there is a part of the, what was it? What I was saying about the stuff I was talking about earlier, there's a part of that that was going to kind of tie into my interesting fact. Here we go. So, Han Solo was going to appear in the Battle of Kashyyyk during the Battle of Kashyyyk as a 10-year-old orphan being raised by Chewie. He was going to help find General Grievous. So the Obi-Wan's pursuit of Grievous would have had a little tie-in with a young Han Solo. I don't know who they would have had play him. Maybe what? I know this is just throwing a name out there, but say Macaulay Culkin. That would have been weird, but I mean, if we're going off of kind of looking like the guy, that's not really a bad option. I mean, at the same time, I mean, how old would it have? Oh, he would have been about the right age. No, he would have been too old probably. But anyways, I really wish they would have added that into the movie because I thought that would have been awesome. It really would have. But 8 out of 10, great movie. Some stuff here and there that you're kind of gonna maybe question or whatever, but overall, I enjoy the hell out of this movie. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend watching it. So, next up on my review list will be Gran Torino. So, stay tuned for that. You guys have a good day, and I will see y'all next time. And check out my letterboxd. All right.